NFL Week 12, we're talking Colts Chiefs, potential game of the week here, and I like the Colts in this game coming off their bye week, but there's a big problem. Indiana Jones dealing with a calf injury and has been limited in practice. I'd like to think he plays, but not knowing his official status is pretty scary. If he was to get ruled out, I don't want to be stuck needing Riley Leonard to win on the road in Arrowhead versus a do or die Chiefs team. Chiefs have lost two straight. Forget about them winning the division like they've done for what seems like the decade straight. They might not make the playoffs. This game here will have major playoff implications. If KC wins, they'll have roughly a 65% chance to make the playoffs. A loss would drop it down to 33%, which all that stuff is interesting to talk about, but it's irrelevant when it comes to betting. A team's win-loss record or playoff probability means nothing when measuring a team's ability. Yes, KC is 5-5, but easily has a top 5 offense, second in EPA per play, and fourth in success rate. But it's all about matchups, and this is a bad one for this Chiefs offense. Mahomes, probably the best quarterback when facing zone coverage. He's like a air traffic controller if wide receivers were planes. He's so good at getting them the ball in soft pockets of the zone, kind of directing traffic. Now, typically, when a quarterback excels so much versus one type of coverage, there's a drop-off when facing different looks. And for Mahomes, this drop-off is significant. Saying he struggles versus man coverage is an understatement. He basically goes from like league's most efficient quarterback versus zone to well below league average versus man. So if we know that Mahomes struggles versus man, surely every team who plays KC is also aware of this. Now, the problem is not every defense has the personnel to play man coverage. The Colts, however, they don't have that problem. In fact, the rate at which the Colts play man coverage has more than doubled since picking up Sauce Gardner, and this should continue with them getting back Shavarius Ward. I expect the Colts to play primarily man coverage. And remember, the Colts' current defensive coordinator, Captain Lou Anarumo, who was the longtime Bengals DC, and he's one of the few defensive coordinators in the league that have a history of success against Mahomes. And Anarumo's done it in the past with far less talent than he has now. Now he's equipped with two of the best man cover corners in the league. I think we see Captain Lou scheme up a gem of a game plan here. Now, the big part of why I like the Colts in the first place was the big positive matchup they have with their run game versus the Chiefs' run defense. Colts have the league's best rush offense, number one in EPA and success rate. Chiefs' rush defense, 22nd in EPA per play allowed, 20th in success rate. Now, I don't think people realize the type of year Jonathan Taylor's having. His surface stats go crazy, but some stats I've never seen a running back have before. He has by far the highest rate of rushes where he was not contacted by a defender at all. He averages almost 3.5 yards after first contact. I expect the Colts to have success on the ground here, but this is not a good matchup for Daniel Jones in the Colts passing game. We've seen him look very average against teams who can create pressure with exotic blitzes. He was sacked 7 times versus the Falcons and couldn't handle that pressure, and the Chiefs have a very similar style defense. Both blitz around 40%. Atlanta's 8th in pressure rate, KC's 7th. Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo is kind of known for his creative, exotic blitz packages and think they harass Indiana Jones all game, especially if he's less mobile with that calf injury. Now, I have to think the Colts lean heavily on the run game and keep chewing up clock, and so for that reason, I like the under. I bet under 50.5 on Wednesday night. I like the Colts too, but I'm going to hold off till maybe Friday's final injury report. Plus, as good as the Colts have looked, most of their damage has been done on the at home, indoors in a controlled environment. So for now, I'll bet on the two legendary defensive coordinators, Colts captain Lou Anarumo versus Chiefs Steve Spagnuolo. Hope we see an ugly, grinded out type of game. Make sure to be on the lookout for my Week 12 primetime game previews, Sunday and Monday Night Football. And if you like this type of analysis, I do it for every game every week, but it's in written form for the members of my Discord. I post all the bets I'm making too in the Discord. Invite link to join is in all my social media bios. DM, comment, any questions. Until next time, good luck with your bets.